So you know you need to open an IRA, but now that you've gone to open the account, they're asking you, do you want a traditional or a Roth? And you're like, wait a minute, there's two? So what is the difference between the two and which one is right for you? And today I'll be answering that question. Hi, this is a Focus Spender, and on my channel, I teach you how to get out of debt, save more money, and grow your net worth so that you can build generational wealth. And part of increasing your net worth is investing. So one of the best tools you can use to invest is opening up an IRA. So again, what is an IRA? Well, an IRA is a financial investing account that you put stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, and it allows you to save for retirement. But there's two types of IRAs. One lets you grow your money tax-free, and the other lets you grow your money tax deferred. So another fun fact about IRAs is that there is an annual max. The current max for 2020 is $6,000. So once you put your $6,000 in, you can no longer invest for the year, and then you have to wait again until next year. So let's go back to the whole tax-free versus tax deferred. Now, when we say grow your money tax-free, that means the money that you're using to invest has already been taxed, and now whatever gains you gain on the account will no longer be taxed ever again. Let's say you put in $6,000 and 30 years later, your account magically grew to $6 million. Well, guess what? You're never gonna pay any taxes on that money. Now, on the reverse, when you say tax deferred, that means the money that you are investing has not been taxed. So your paycheck has not been taxed. So theoretically, you should have some more money to invest. And when you retire, that is when you will pay taxes. And people like that methodology because they're thinking that probably right now they're in a higher tax bracket than when they retire. Let's use some real world numbers. Let's say you have a salary of $75,000 and your tax rate is 25%. In the tax-free method, you would take your salary of $75,000, multiply it by 25%, and subtract the difference. So that will leave you with $56,250. And let's say you then put $6,000 in your IRA, then you will be left over with $50,250. So now in the tax deferred methodology, you have that $75,000 salary, you put in $6,000 for your IRA, and you are left with $69,000, and then you pay 25% in taxes, and you're left over with $51,750. And the difference between those two numbers is $1,500. So in the tax deferred methodology, you would save $1,500. Whew, that was a lot. So which one is which? The traditional IRA is the tax deferred methodology, meaning you are putting your money in pre-tax. And the Roth IRA is the tax free methodology where you're putting your money in post-tax. So you might have heard people say pre-tax or post-tax, and that's the difference. Pre-tax is tax deferred, post-tax is tax free. Okay, so now that you know that, you still have to think about what is the right one for you. Just because you're saving $1,500 today, does that mean you want to wait and pay your taxes later on when you have, a much higher balance to pay taxes on? I'm not sure. So the question you need to ask yourself is, do you think your tax rate is higher or lower right now than it will be when you retire? So when you're young, it's pretty easy to answer that question. You're probably not making a lot of money. Your tax rate is probably pretty low, but as your career grows, you should be making a lot more money, and then you will be in a higher tax bracket. However, if you're close to retirement, you might want to consider that traditional IRA because you pretty much can start calculating and understanding, is your current salary going to be matched in retirement, or is it going to be much lower? And if it's going to be much lower, that means your tax rate is going to drop. But another thing you need to consider with the Roth IRA is this withdrawal policy. So with a Roth IRA, as long as you've been contributing for at least 5 years, you can actually withdraw some of the money that you contributed without paying any penalties. You cannot withdraw on the earnings, but you can withdraw on the contributions without any penalties. However, with the traditional IRA, you will be penalized 10% if you take any money out of your account at all. As for me, I personally am gung-ho all the way contributing into my Roth IRA because I definitely plan on having a lot more money in my retirement age, just looking at how I've been investing and what my planned balances are. And then also, I know what the tax rates are right now. I don't know. They might keep increasing even for people at the same salary. So we don't know what tax rates are going to be like when we retire. So it kind of is like you might as well go with the devil, pay the taxes right now and get it out of the way. If you found this video helpful, be sure to click on the next video that's popping up in the playlist below, and it will give you way more tips on investing and what to do with your money. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.